Oh, my God. One thing after the next thing after the next thing. One of the things I'm going to tell you is that in pi, is it in pi that I'm thinking of this? No. We're just going to do the normal run. One God, he's a five God. That's what he is. Five is in between. Five is because what he gets above and what he gets below creates the X, creates the five. Okay? It creates the five because the world is divided between below or beside and above and below and beside. This in this world of 10, this in this world of 10. Together they make 10 only. So God is five. So 1, 5, 1, and then what would be the next one? 1, 5, 1, 2. Because he's a split God of one world, he is the 5, and the other world, he is the 2. 1, 5, 1, 2. But he's the 2 in the Omega world. And if you want to see what that designs, 1, 5, 1, 2, 1, 5, 1, 2, oh, sorry about that. This is the way it starts. You're first, okay? This is the whole equation. First is the whole equation. This is all what I'm doing is here, okay? So what we go is we go 1, 5, and 1, 2. Now when you write a 2, you got to do it. How can I write a 2? Like this. Okay. Holy mac, what happened? Well, when you're Omega, you're the one spirit of 6, giving you the passage to the 7th gate of the 3 angle of the 4 creation delta. It says 1 sit, or it says I sit. But if you change this for God, angel 1 can be also used as an A. It says I sat, because the first letter is A. In here, ST means 39. It's perfect. Okay, it's all you can be. Only with the one spirit can you get the life, and that would be the Mediterranean and then the Baltic. And if you add up the spaces, Mediterranean 41 and Baltic 43, it equals to a total of 84, which is 7 by 12, which is the 12 spaces of the 7 worlds. Because it's actually 9. Take away the center dot, makes it 8, and then you can go east-west or north-south, one of the two. So they're all going to equal to 7. That's it, just 7. And that's only if God has the pin on the clock. So over here, okay, this is the 20th letter for the Omega, T Omega. So it says, read it. Can you read it? Is and it. Who is God? Is it. Tis I is it. That's basically what it is. The other thing over here is we're going to show you how God, 1 and 5, as God, 1 here, and then 5 as he shows up in the middle of the egg. Okay, the protein. Anyways, between A and C, okay, is B. Above B would be the letter H or 8. Below B would be the letter E or 5. Now let's just take this. A, C, H, E. What do you get? H. And that is the heaven. That's how it's spelled. It's the in-between the flip on this side and the in-between the flip on that side. This number 2 becomes the heaven with creation. It is 6, 22, 6 would be the answer to this. What that egg is, how do you get this? You draw 2 hearts and the letter S, one going one way, one going the other way. You bring all the tails together over here because the egg is open. Flop this over this, and there's 2 babies in one egg. It's open now, but you can close it. This is the moon, this side. This, 10, or 10, 10, 20, east and west. Center, V with a little dash, V with a little dash, 2012. This is the Magen David, by the way. Okay, this is the Magen David. Now what we have to count is this. Now we count the east-west dash, and we do not count these 2 in here, because this is north and south. We're going to go east-west. Now we count again, east-west, 10, and 10 is 20, the year 2000, and then the spirits, 1, 2, 3, 4 spirits, 2014. Now we come back here and we use each one as a 5. 5 and 5 is 10. That would be in October. And what number would it be? Well, obviously, it cannot be past the 5th. It has to be the 4th. A, B, C creates D. E opens up. Man is created, but not before the gate, the 7th gate. Don't forget there's 2 7th gates. The 2 7th gates together make the 8th heaven. Not just one, it's 2. They create an opening. The gate goes down to 9. It picks up the birth. It brings it up into the 8th heaven, sitting about the 5 position, where the 2 is. Across from 6, and then one spirit comes in this side, and one spirit comes in this side, and now you're ready to rock and roll. Do you think I don't know this? I just make a lot of mistakes sometimes. Sometimes I make a lot of mistakes. Sometimes I don't. There's something over here I didn't read it yet. 1 is, what I'm trying to write over here is a 1 and an S and a T. Remember before I said 1 ST is first? Now we're going to write it in numbers. 1 is, 1 tie. 1 is, and 1 tie. Here's the tie. 1 is an IS. 1 is an IS. And what is an IT? IS is the one spirit of 9, which is the angle in the spirit world. And then an IT is the 9 angle of 20. Beta, omega. Those are your green eggs and ham. It says I sit. Here's your tie. And where do you get TY from? You get it at 20, you get it at 30, you get it at 40, you get it at 50, you get it at 60, you get it at 70, you get it at 80, you get it at 90. Because all of these are all individuals all tied into one TY. 20 plus the Y, 25th letter, 45. 9 by 5, 45, and that's the average of the fox. Not only that, sometimes the Y could be used as the number 27. So now you have 20 and 27. You have 47, and that's the actuality of time. If you reverse it, you have 74. You have the 7th gate of Delta, which is basically the Christ into this world. So where am I next? How and why Adam broke a rib, and did he actually break a rib, or did he flip from one world into the next world? Whereas you can see the Y, the leg is up here, but when he flips over, the Y is that the leg is down here. So did he actually break a rib to become a Y? Y and Y will make up for the X of the broken rib. Then we can jump over numbers 26, which is the Z letter, because we don't need the Z letter anymore, because we're going to make the heaven right up here. So we hop over it. We only need the 26 because the 26 is when you start flipping them, you flip from 8 over 2 into 5, 5 over 2 into 8. And that's how you go in and out of this world, and that's how 7, 8, 9. Because she moved him into another world. So we're going to leave this video at that. We're going to keep it real short this time. I have a lot of things, a lot of stuff. Tons of new stuff. Everything and anything. Planets, the dwarf planet. Like I said, we might be on one of these planets that are moving in the sky. You never know, unless we're still inside Jupiter. But then again, we may just be inside Saturn. Don't forget, you got to connect all the moons, okay? If it says there's 13 moons, actually that means Mercury and Earth is the connection. If there's 27 moons, it means Venus and Uranus is a connection. Wherever the moons are, wherever they're connected. And don't forget, 2, 4, 6, 8, watch out for 8 and 9. They switch because one is the birth and one is the heaven. So first you have to have the birth before you go into the heaven. That's why September has 30 days being an odd number, and August has 31 days being an even number, when it's the only even number month that has 31 days. And November is not an odd number because 11 is 1 and 1 is 2. It depends what world. One world it's an X, the other world it's an O, the next world it's a plus. When you put 2 V's together and you divide it in the center, that's a division. If you divide it on the sides, then it's something else. So it's always something pending which world you're in. And I still haven't worked on where Thursday is the 5th day, but it's the 4th work day. So in the beta world, you got to look at the same thing, because Saturday and Sunday are actually 1.1 is actually what they are. It's 1.1, Saturday and Sunday. Then we go to Monday, which has got the 2 sticks. Tuesday is 20 for the beta world. Wednesday is beta creation. Thursday is another T for the beta world. Friday is the man in the beta world, 6. So obviously you continuously have 2, 5, 6 5, 6. And then you have Saturday and Sunday, 1 spirit of 9, 1 spirit of 9, 1 S, is. Saturday and Sunday is, because it's the 1 day and the 1 day finishing, 1 day starting a week, and the dot in between is between the 2 days. It's between them. But how do you connect the 2 days? Do you connect them with a line, or do you connect them with a cross? Everything's better connected with a cross, no? But this is also a cross. So, however you want to look at it. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Just flip these all over, and then you're in here. Do you know what this is? This is how we are born and how the 7th gate works. This arm here drops down to the blue arm. The blue arm is number 9, and it lifts it up and brings it back to the center. Now you're in the center and connecting with 6 and 2. 2 is in the center. You're connecting with the Saturn moons. That's why I'm not sure if you're in Saturn or right over here on the dot, on this corner over here. This line over here would be 135 degrees. And 135 degrees equals 9. And if you put it up against the telephone and away from the clock, this now is a 9, 5, 3, and 1. Where is it? 5, 3, and 1. So even 5, 3, and 1, 135 degrees, it spells ACE, ace. I mean, I'm not making any of these things up. They all connect, they all match, they're all together. So this is how your pregnancy goes. It can tell you all about the 9 months. I didn't finish it yet, okay, but it tells you all about the 9 months. The angle on this side from here down to here is 180 degrees. To here, it's 200 and 180, 225 degrees. And this is where you get transferred from here to here. And at 225 degrees, if you go 9 times 25 equals 225. And that's 225 degrees. What is that, 9 times 25? Well, first of all, 9 times 25 is the 9 lives of the cat. There's 9 boxes, 25 years in each one. Why? For breaking and entering, B and E. Because 2 flips over from 8 into 5. So it becomes B and E. It's B and H or B and E. B and H or B and E. When it becomes B and E, it's automatically 11. Because the 2 sticks of spirits have to come out, and then you hit the bell. And when you hit the bell and the baby comes up with his nose up and hits the G point of the woman, well, he's ringing into life. Then he goes cough, cough, cough. And he's into the world. He's into the whole new world from the water bag that he was in his mother. Now he's out into this, breathing this air instead of being in that cleanse. No matter what the woman did, she smoked, she did cocaine, she drank, and the baby still came out. Must be a lovely world inside a woman's stomach, because when I smell all this out here, I'm ready to die. So this is the pregnancy of 225. Now the questions, are there any questions? Are there any questions? This is the birth. Now the question is, it's 280 days. Is it not 240 days? Is that the pregnancy? 9 times 3, 270? It's between 270 and 280. Okay, 270, 2 worlds, okay, of the 7th gate. From one world of the 7th gate into the next world of the 7th gate. What is it? It's an omega egg, 270, number of days born, to birth. I mean, out to into the world. You were a 9, and automatic, doesn't matter if you come out a week or 10 weeks early, you're automatically a 10. And then you jump to 11. You're 9, 11, and 11, 9 forever and ever and ever and ever. That's the way it works in this world. X, 1 split, 9. X, 1 split, 11. You're connected between the center, but you're still 11, 9. Now, 11 and 9 is 20, plus the 1 spirit is 21. But the Mayan have a special count. Their calendar and our calendar next year will come within days of equalizing 20.5 to 21. Why 21? 777, spirit, angel, and man, 21. 20 is the T letter, T, omega. T upside down with another T is 2 eggs. They're actually eyes, okay? A T is an eye upside down, each one carrying an egg, one on each side, over to the next world. So, so what was I talking about now? Oh my God. Oh my God. Omega T, Saturday, Sunday, I don't remember. I don't remember, but I'm not far off, whatever it was. Omega T, oh my God, T, the Tea Party. What is there a Tea Party? Middle East. I had this thing that came up before. It was the Tea Party and the Middle East is what came up. Is that a danger point? Does that mean anything to anybody? Another thing, here's your Magen David, right? Here's 2 and here's 2, okay? These 2 flip in, What are these two? They flip over. This one flips over, and this one flips over. You cannot have all of these in one area. Do you know why? I'm going to try and show you something that I just learned. If I didn't learn it here, and it's in here, somewhere in here. Okay, I think I found it. What happens if I put these two and these two in here, and I want to flip something? I'm going to flip over one of these. Now, one flips over, one flips under, okay? Or they both flip up. If they all four flip up, you have the pyramid. But in this instance, they're just going around and flip. And if you put four of these in here, okay, then you won't have a space to flip. So they keep this one out. They don't need this one. This is the bottom heaven. That's why in the pentagram you're missing the bottom, because they don't need this one. You need 1, 2, 3, and then you can flip. But this is not how they flip. The design that they use to flip are these. See how small they are? They're half of these. Then you can flip right over into this spot. That's what I was on. 21, okay? 1 to 6 added is 21. 20 is the beta world. 0.5 is who we are between here and there. 20.5. Now, there's a difference between the Gregorian calendar, the Hebrew calendar, and the Mayan calendar. And about a year or so ago, I got onto this thing, took me a couple of days, and figured out, okay, that next year, all doors to the 7th gate meet at 20.5. If they got any closer, everybody would be crushed, and they would cover the middle and in between. You cannot disturb unless you are creating the in-between, because when the in-betweens create an overlap, they become the in-between creation. And now they are different, although their pieces were the same. Pending an angle you had put them on will make them different. Most of the angles I work on is 45, 22 and a half, 11 point something something, 5.125, and all the Mayan stuff, whatever it is. Right now I'm not into any numbers. And I was going to have, supper when I got home from work at 4 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock now. What happened to the time? We must be in TH. TH of creation, time, heaven. For heaven sent. Forever. 7, 11, forever, 11 is 7. It's all the same because Steve, who's even Stephen, forever is 7. Now, if you don't understand, I played around with a little with the words. Now that I'm not trying to do it anymore, I'm all screwed up. But because they all work together, everything fits together. Take my word for it. If I haven't driven you crazy now, there's a lot more of me coming in the future. Praise God that I'm able to keep this information. I've been doing this without a joint. I got to smoke a joint so bad and relax. I took a shower, but I feel dirty. I don't know why. Just want to smoke a joint, put on the radio, have something to eat, relax, and I think that's it for the night. But you know what? It doesn't stop until my head is on the pillow. 7 days a week. 7 days a week for the last almost 7 years, more or less. But in the last year and a half, it's been non-stop. Is it courageous or outrageous? Will I run insane? I'd be the only one to blame. If I was in any pain, it'd be because of the game. And I'm here to stay and play this game, and we will bring peace to this world. And the new conscious world is coming in 2014. You will see the first reaction near the end of the year. This is what I believe. I can be wrong. This is a book. It's only what's on my mind. It doesn't matter if it's true or false. The information I give you is all true from my mind. Nothing is false. The education that is put into it is mostly from my mind, but I do look up things to make a confirmation. But I usually don't study it. And the minute I see something, it seems to appear larger than it is in my mirror. Raphael 7286, the constellation of Pegasus. And somewhere in an Inuit city in the deep north, one of my friends, let me call him Derrierio, has told me 7286 lies near Baffin Islands. Thank you, Derek. Will, thanks for that message. Anybody who contacts, participates in any of this, who likes it or whatever, thank you. You don't like me? Well, Jack and Jill went up the hill and they had that first problem when he fell down. I think it was to the well they were going. But he was a sick man. And she, well, she was on the other part of Eve. She broke a rib. And that's the way the story went. So then we all began one more time. How the cow jumped over the moon. 2-4. Do you think that's true? Cow jumping over a moon is 24. And that means man, heaven, and the passage connection inside of the heaven. That's what it is. The cow has 2 udders. She has 4 udders. And she has 2 cuds. Now, C and U is creation of the universe. But we'll leave it at that. At 21 and 3. Because you know C, cud, and uter, or whatever you want to use, is actually equal to 24, the same as the cow 24 jumping over the moon. So the cow represents 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock. That's what the cow represents. Because once you jump over the moon, if you come back down, you're actually halfway down is the water. The land and the water. Halfway past the moon is the water. That's the way I look at it, right? Raphael 7286. Thanks.